You have your bracelets on? Because last time you didn't have them on and then everything was all jacked.
I do. I've got the protective bracelets on, so Mercury in retrograde cannot interfere with our take 2 of episode 93. So we have a guest coming up. Katie, all kinds of gaming goodness coming up. And listen, I don't know, maybe I should wait until he's here, but I did see today that there's an Iron Man VR. I don't know if it's a game experience, what you call it. There's something where you get to like actually be Iron Man coming to PlayStation.
That'd be cool. That's probably right? VR. Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, it's definitely VR. I just didn't know. I don't want that. Do I get to just like VR and go into Tony Stark's world and pretend I'm him, or is it an actual game I have to like try to win?
That's just called being rich.
I know. That's the only way I'm going to know what it feels like to be rich.
That sounds like the best game ever. Just to be rich. Love it.
By the way, guys, along with the Just What I Needed network, we're now officially a part of the Lady Pod Squad. So
Ooh.
hello to our new listeners from the Lady Pod Squad. There's a podcast called Talk Spooky to Me that
Ooh.
just,
what a good name.
Yeah, and they're British. So, like, they talk about spooky stuff and they have British accents. So I haven't listened yet, but I was like, oh.
I might listen just for that.
That's happening. So let's get into Lucifer because we have had so much to talk about with Lucifer. I can't believe that they so quickly not only gave us the date for season 5, but then we're like, hey, guess what? Season 6 is happening too. Surprise!
Too much.
No, never too much Lucifer. That sounds like a weird thing to say, but it's never too much Lucifer.
I mean, I didn't really think anyone could make Lucifer any cooler than Supernatural made Lucifer.
That's true.
Right?
And then here we are.
Here we are.
With Tom Ellis.
With Tom Ellis.
Very pretty face.
So July 31st is when, or I'm sorry, not July 31st. August 21st. Let me get that right.
Awful soon.
July 31st is when Umbrella Academy drops. So that's it. Are you okay, Katie?
Are you excited?
So excited. So July 31st is Umbrella Academy. August 21st is when Lucifer will hit Netflix season 5. And that is going to coincide with the weekend that DC is basically doing a huge DC virtual con, of which Tom Ellis will be participating in the panels and the virtual experiences.
Ooh.
Yeah. Woohoo. So, you guys, maybe by then we can do some sort of watch party together.
Speaking of watch parties.
Yes.
July 3rd.
Mm-hmm.
Hamilton hits Disney Plus.
Yes.
And I am so excited. I am paying for a Disney Plus subscription just for that.
No, this is
just
what got
Hamilton.
you.
Yep, this is what broke me. Hey, listen. $7 for a month of Disney Plus, far better than $500 a ticket.
Right. Isn't
right.
I'm so excited about this because, I mean, think about the people. There are a ton of people like us that probably could never afford to see Hamilton. Right.
Yeah, right.
And so.
Affordable.
Yeah. I mean, it's just amazing. So are you hoping, because, that's birthday time for you, Katie. Are you hoping that we get together and watch Hamilton for your birthday? Is that what
JOHNA and I were discussing it?
Oh.
But since my birthday is July 4th weekend, technically a Thursday, we were thinking the next weekend to be courteous.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have anything. When do I have things going? As long as it's not a Friday night, because I have the kind of nerdy night in on Friday nights, which I'm still doing. You're welcome to join us.
Oh, I'm free Friday nights.
Yeah, you are.
Are you ready to come out of quarantine?
I don't know. I mean, you guys have both been safe, so I feel like I could hang out with you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, right? You're not seeing a whole lot of people.
No.
Yeah.
I don't really go anywhere.
You guys are like my only friends.
And we have been doing, so we haven't had anyone in our house, but when we've had people over to sit out back, we just put the disinfectant wipes, like the Clorox wipes, like we put some outside, then some right inside the door, then some right inside the bathroom. So you can literally walk through our house with a Clorox wipe if you need to touch anything. So it's like, I was thinking of this, guys. I'm like, this is where I get rich. I want to make the Clorox wipe glove. That's like the wipe, but you put your hand in it, so then you can just walk around and you're literally disinfecting anything that you touch.
I'd buy it.
Would you?
Yeah, that's smart.
Right? And then you just throw it away. It's just like the wipe, except it covers your whole hand.
Yeah, I'd buy that.
Yeah, and then your hand doesn't get all like gross and wet because you touched the wipe or whatever.
Right, it's on the outside.
Smell like disinfectant.
Okay. Yeah.
I would buy that.
So instead of like pulling the wipe out of the wipe container,
which is so much work, by the way. Like, because sometimes they're like all stuck together.
Right.
You have to break them apart. God.
Especially the first one, like trying to get the first one started. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding? I do not need 75 wipes right now. I need one. Come on.
Nope. That is big Clorox trying to get you to buy more wipes.
So my thought was the box or the contraption would be something that you just stuck your hand into and the glove came out with it. So you're like, every time, stick your hand in. You get a Clorox glove. Stick your hand in.
But how many uses? You only get one use out of the glove?
Well, yeah.
You only get one use out of the wipe.
It's just like the wipe.
I feel like we could make it better.
Okay, well, maybe we can.
I'm not a scientist, but like I'm just saying,
it needs work.
All right, maybe we can have
idea, though.
The Clorox disposable glove and the Clorox reusable glove. We could have two product lines. Meets all the needs. This podcast.
Nobody steal this idea. It's trademark now.
This podcast is brought to you by Clorox wipes or Lysol wipes or any other disinfectant company that would like to sponsor the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast. Thank you.
Thank you. We love you.
Now's the time to buy stock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is.
Okay. So, JOHNA, do you have any other thoughts on Lucifer before we leave? Lucifer. We're not wrapping up. This isn't like the end of our podcast.
It's like, dang, we just started.
No, y'all are tuning out when we start talking video games.
No, I'm all in. Iron Man, VR.
She's very excited about this. She was just posted about it on Twitter.
Oh, I didn't do any sound effects, did I?
Nope.
We haven't even done an intro yet.
Oh, shoot. All right. If you've been wondering what you're listening to, it's the Kind of Nerdy Girls podcast, starring our romance junkie and full-time weeper, producer JOHNA.
Hi, guys. Haven't really weeped this week.
What was the thing that we were going to talk about that we were going around our fun fact when we tried to record this podcast and Mercury retrograde failed us?
Our fun fact was what your favorite Coke was.
If you could only have one drink for the rest of your life, what would it be? Producer JOHNA.
Regular Coke.
Regular Coke. In a can, fountain pop, on ice. Fountain pop. On ice, you like the crunchy ice?
Like the little pellet ice.
Oh, yeah.
Like Chick-fil-A ice.
Yeah. That's the good stuff. Yeah. All right. Choo. Our gaming enthusiast and TV producer. Welcome to the show, Gamer Katie.
Hi, thanks. I'm glad to be here. You know what? I've revised my answer since our crash 2 days ago.
Okay.
I originally said vanilla Coke is my go-to favorite.
Okay.
I'm also willing to accept Coke Ices because I buy them every time I see them.
Really?
Yep. I love Coke Ices.
I really like Coke Ices.
I've never had a Coke Icy.
It
just seems like I don't want to drink watered down Coke.
Well, if you let it sit long enough, then it's watered down.
Right, but it's immediately it's mixed. It's just mixed with water. Like
there's more syrup in it, I think.
Is there? So it's like a Coke snow cone.
Yeah.
I don't. I still
Coke cone.
I don't want a Coke cone. But I'm not judging you.
Bad.
I love them.
You can have. Where do you get a Coke Icy?
Burger King.
Really?
Target.
Okay. Speedway. I can't remember which one.
Okay. You can literally get it like anywhere.
Yeah.
All right. Choo pow poo ching poo 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 pow, and my name is KJ. And if I had to drink one thing for the rest of my life, it would be fresh squeezed lemonade.
Lame.
So good.
I love lemonade though. Like, God, it's so good. I just drank a cup of lemonade before I came in here.
Oh my gosh, like Penn Station lemonade. Woo! Fresh squeeze, so good. I don't know.
The restaurant Penn Station?
Yeah.
I think I've only been to Penn Station like literally one time in my whole life.
I used to go there a lot for lunch when I was in radio promotions because we had free gift certificates. So
yeah.
I ate at Penn Station a lot. I ate at Cece's Pizza a lot.
The Applebee's a lot that summer I interned for you.
Yes, you did. We had some really good choices the summer that you interned.
Yeah.
So I do the Chris Evans update here on the Kind of Nerdy Girls. There's no restraining order yet or cease and desist, so we'll keep doing it.
For
now.
Did you guys hear the adorable story about Chris Evans and Paul Rudd meeting?
I saw something about it on Twitter, but I didn't actually see it.
Yes.
Read it.
Okay. So it's in the Kind of Nerdy Network if you want to read the whole thing. But they basically met in Civil War, when Paul shows up in the van, when Ant-Man shows up in the van, they literally met then, that day on set. And so Paul Rudd was talking about when he got out of the van and he's so excited, wow, you're Captain America. Wow. That was actual genuine excitement.
I love it.
Me too, Paul Rudd.
And so it gets even more adorable. So that day on set, when there was a specific area where they all change into their costumes together. And so they were in that area and Paul was kind of freaking out, I'm getting my Ant-Man costume on and Hulk's right there and Winter Soldier's over there and he's freaking out about it. Well, Chris Evans was going around the set that day and doing some sort of behind the scenes goofy video where he was singing the song from Grease, We Go Together. We go together. So he goes into the area where everybody else is suiting up and asks them to do this dance. And Paul Rudd still hasn't officially met him, but he's Captain America's asking me to do a dance. So he totally danced with everybody, even though he had no idea what he was doing. It was his first day on set. And,
I'm gonna go cry.
Right?
Aww.
And Chris Evans talked about he couldn't even believe it that Paul was such a good sport about just hey, I said do a crazy dance and this guy's all in. He doesn't even know what we're doing and he's just crazy dancing.
All right.
I love him so much.
So cute. I guess it was in some sort of interview that they did, some sort of promotional junket that they did that the interview didn't like.
They just did that. Actors on actor interview or something like that. Mm-hmm. I saw the thing for it. I couldn't find the link for it.
Well, I didn't find a link for it, but just reading the story, I was like, these guys are so cute.
I love him so much.
JOHNA, is that a new Chris Evans backdrop on your phone?
I changed my backdrop on my phone.
What was it before?
Okay, well, it was my meet and greet with Hoodie, but Hoodie's not having a very good time right now, so I had to change it. But this is helping my manifest of me marrying Chris Evans. So
yeah, but still, I mean, after the last episode where you revealed he was your second Chris, I think you really blew it.
Second Chris.
He listened.
Well, he might.
Yeah, you never know.
Well, Chris, if you're listening, you're my number one now. So
you got bumped up.
Hang on a second. What if Christopher Maloney is listening right now? How does he feel? You just bumped him down.
Number one, I will say that Christopher Maloney is literally married with children. So I'm sure he does not care about what I have to say. Chris Evans is literally single as a Pringle. So...
Single as a Pringle?
I'm working on my getting married to Chris Evans thing. So like I can't marry Christopher Maloney. He's already married, but I would totally marry Chris Evans over Christopher Maloney in like a heartbeat.
Well, I highly encourage you, if you didn't listen to our episode titled A Ghost, a Steak Dinner, and a Lot of Chris Evans, that you go catch up on that. And I can tell from your face, Katie, that you didn't listen.
Absolutely not.
It was a whole thing. Even if you don't want to listen to the entire thing, like if you go, I would say about 20 minutes in is when we get into the steak dinner with a ghost and Chris Evans conversation.
It was like the weirdest conversation I'd ever had in my whole life. Like I think about it sometimes. I'm like, what? I'm like, did we really talk about that?
I guess she did.
We did.
I enjoyed it so much that I almost cut everything out and just left that as the episode. Because I was like, because it comes at the end, and I'm like, man, if they get bored with us like 20 minutes in, they're going to miss the best part.
Just make it like a bonus episode, like when we do like our like towards the end of the year, you know, when we can't like find any time to record. Just be like, oh, here's this thing. You remember this happened?
Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yes.
Or like a Christmas gift to all of our people.
Ooh, a Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, we should do the 12 days of Christmas.
Please. Oh my God. I would love it.
Oh my God. Can we do it in July? Can we do the 12 days of Christmas in July?
Yes. Let's do it.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, Captain America's birthday is July 4th, so.
That's true. That's true. Oh my gosh, this is all coming together, you guys. This is
meant to be.
This is going to be great.
Very excited.
The cease and desist on the Chris Evans update is coming. I can feel it.
Got it. I think he likes the attention.
All right. So we are going to switch gears to talk gaming. We have a special guest joining us. He just hung up. Well,
he doesn't like us.
He was like, pass. They're talking about Chris Evans.
Well, I told him like 5:20, 5:25, so he was a little early. All right, that's okay. We'll get Brian back on here to talk gaming. Brian. So I guess before we get him back on here, is there anything for What's Got JOHNA Weeping?
I haven't really been crying a lot.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I just haven't really been watching anything that's like making me cry. Like I watched that show Imposters. It's got the girl who played Eve from Lucifer in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was really good. It wasn't really a sad show.
Okay.
It was more of like a comedy, kind of like dark comedy. I watched that movie Fighting with My Family.
How was that?
It was so good. I think Patrick would love it.
Why would Patrick like it? Are you saying
about the WWE?
It's about the what?
WWE.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. Okay, tell me about it.
It's about this girl who her family in London, her and her brother are like a tag team in wrestling, and they keep submitting to be in the WWE, and they finally get a chance to try out for it, and she's the only one who gets picked to go. Her brother doesn't get picked to go, and so she has to go to this training camp, and then it's too hard. And you get to see The Rock like 5 or 6 times. Ooh, it's great.
I'd do it just for that.
Yeah, and then she goes and does the training or whatever, and she's about to quit, and her brother's like, why are you quitting? You're living that's the only thing he's ever wanted to do was be a pro wrestler in the WWE. And he doesn't get that chance, and he's like, I can't believe that you're going to give it up. So he was being kind of resentful towards her throughout the whole movie. And then big reveal, because she started off at NXT, and then big reveal, she came out on Monday Night Raw, and she gets to be a regular.
Really?
Yeah. Aww. It was really good. I think that you and Patches would really like it.
All right. Well, Patches loves anything WWE.
And he gets to see The Rock, so.
And The Rock is his man crush, so yes. This is all just working out.
Also, before Brian comes.
Yeah.
You watched Space Force, right?
Yep.
Okay. Katie, have you seen Space Force yet?
Only when it auto plays on Netflix.
Okay. Katie, who loves space, is not.
I know. It's in the queue.
Okay.
It's in the queue. It's
okay.
I wanted it to be better than what it was.
Right?
I wanted it to be so much better.
Literally the definition of okay.
Yeah.
Don't expect anything more than okay.
Literally.
Because it was okay enough that we watched the whole thing.
Yeah.
But we watched the whole thing hoping at some point it would step a little bit above okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it just didn't.
Aww.
It's one of those, it's really one of those shows, like in the, you know, those memes where it's like the Netflix category of I can be on my phone and watch this. It's one of those shows.
Totally.
So I was on my phone literally the whole time.
There was a quote that like will stick with me forever. I tweeted it. It was and it's, I don't even know that it's that funny, but it was just one of those things that was that funny to me, is that Steve Carell says he's all fired up and he's, you know, ready to go. And he's like, I need shock, I need awe, and I need it in a PDF because I don't have Word. I was like, I can't.
Oh, yeah. That was funny.
I need shock, I need awe, and I need it in a PDF because I don't have Word. It was just, there were like little.
That was so funny.
There were little things like that you're like, this is funny, but most of it, the story was loosely put together. It was, it just didn't connect.
I think one of my favorite scenes was when he was so overwhelmed and he went into his office and he started singing that Beach Boys song.
Oh my gosh.
I was literally sitting, I was watching it, I was like, this is my favorite thing ever that's happening.
Yeah.
I was like, Aruba, Jamaica. Like, I was like, this is like my childhood coming at me right now.
Oh my gosh. And so producer Patches, has a love of the Beach Boys, like a serious love of the Beach Boys.
I love the Beach Boys. Oh my God.
He does not love Kokomo. Like, that comeback song is not, he don't even bring it up to him. So when that started, it was like double the laughs because it was funny. And it was also, I was sitting next to Patrick and he's like, don't even.
I was singing the whole time.
All right, here we go, guys. It is time. Poo, choo, 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 pow, pow, ping, ping, poo, pew, 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 choo, 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 choo. It's time for a very special Katie's Gaming Update with a very special guest, Brian Daniels. Woo!
Hey!
Yay! Hi, Brian. Welcome to the show. Will you please tell JOHNA and Katie at our Kinda Nerdy Network a little bit about yourself and why you are the expert that's going to help me sort out which gaming system I should get?
I absolutely will. It is my absolute pleasure. Can you guys hear me okay, by the way?
Yes, we can.
All right, cool. All right. So, AJ said, I'm Brian Daniels. I have over 30 years of gaming experience. I started gaming when I was like 5 years old. And my first console was the Nintendo Entertainment System. And I delve into gaming. I'm not going to let my age stop me from being a gamer. I never will let that happen. And I'm also a gaming journalist. I'm a writer for a website called Dragon Blogger. I've done a lot of gaming reviews. I've done quite a few podcasts. I do a podcast right now, which KJ was on about 4 weeks ago. Yeah. And I'm excited. Thank you, KJ, for having me on the County Ninja Girls podcast. I'm excited to talk about video games. It's something I'm very, very passionate about.
Absolutely. So Katie is our gamer, and you should definitely have her on an episode sometime because she can talk all that stuff. Like, I see Zelda behind you.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Katie is all into that. So I'm going to kind of let you guys dig into this. I am a newbie to gaming. I haven't played a game on a regular basis since Tetris came out. Like, not even.
Oh.
Okay. Other than, I take that back. Caveat: I did play a lot of Guitar Hero and Rock Band.
Yeah. All right. Yes. I love it.
Yeah.
That's my jam, man. Right? I love Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was. Yeah. So and when I got into it, I got like all into it, and we had like every single edition of Guitar Hero and Rock Band that came out.
Me too. I did too. Yeah. I had them all.
So I have it in me to game. I just haven't done it for a really long time.
Okay.
So in trying to get back into it, I would love to hear. I'm going to get refurbished because this is like me slowly getting back into it, right?
That's totally good.
We're going to be on a budget here. What would you tell someone else who's listening who's been like, this gaming thing is so big, and it's quarantine, and we're home more, and I want a game. Where do I start? What do I do?
Well, man, that's a tough one because that's a very open-ended question. You like rhythm games, so you like Rock Band. Mm-hmm. They still have Rock Band on current gen consoles, like an Xbox One, PlayStation 4 is where you're going to find those still.
I'm gonna have to
Tetris.
I'm going to have to get all new instruments, aren't I?
Yes.
You're probably going to have to get, you're going to have to get all new instruments.
Okay.
You said you like Tetris. Well, you're in luck because there's an amazing Tetris game called Tetris 99 on the Nintendo Switch. And guess what? It is the price of free $99. It's totally free. It's on the Nintendo Switch. And the best part is you can play it online against 98 other people. It's a really, really fun Tetris game. That I highly recommend.
Ryan, do you see Katie? She plays her Switch the entire time we're podcasting.
Does she? Yes. That's awesome. Yeah, there you go.
I have to check my turnip prices.
Your what?
My turnip prices.
Yeah. Animal Crossing. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's right. And Animal Crossing New Horizons is the latest one. And is that only on Switch?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'll let you borrow it.
When are you going to let me borrow your Switch? You never let it go.
Never.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's probably not going to happen.
I mean, that's actually saying a lot about our friendship if you would actually let me borrow your Switch.
It's an open-ended promise, but yes, I'll let you play it.
Okay. All right.
Lying. Don't listen to her.
When I come over for our Hamilton watch party, you'll let me borrow your Switch?
Yes.
Okay.
I will.
Perfect.
I'm going to hold you to that because I'm going to be there.
I'm excited about Hamilton too. I haven't watched it yet and I can't wait. I can't wait to see
it.
Yeah.
It's such a great gift to all of us who, are like sitting home. Yes. So great. All right. So Brian, in the question of then we've kind of talked about, you get excited about Tetris, Animal Crossing, but there are some things about a PlayStation versus an Xbox that do have some appeal, right?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So I like to tell people if they don't want to get in the middle of a big console war, just stick with the Nintendo Switch. It's like you can't go wrong with a Nintendo Switch. I think Katie would agree with me on that. It's hands down a super friendly console for anyone.
Okay.
And it has, it's got everybody, all the characters you're probably familiar with. I don't know if you're familiar with them, KJ, but you got Mario, Sonic is on there too. I mean, there's tons of games. They're all really chill to play. And the best part about the Switch is it has that portability too, so you can take it with you on the road. It's fantastic. But we're going to talk about I like to say the big boys or the big players of the game, the PlayStation and the Xbox. So really that kind of just, once again, falls back on what you like or what you would enjoy. So, for instance, the PlayStation has a lot of exclusives.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you're looking for some really, I would say, top-tier games like God of War, for instance, which I'm
not
playing
KJ.
through. I would love to see KJ play God of War. That would be a great game.
Katie, I don't know what God of War is, but you need to tell me. God. You need to tell me, and then you need to explain. Amazing. You need to explain to me, Katie, why you think I shouldn't play it.
Oh, my God.
You don't have the hand-eye coordination for it.
Oh, okay.
Last one you played is the PlayStation 2. You need to kind of catch back up.
Yeah.
B, it's an intense game. It's not as nice and fun as you wanting to play VR Iron Man.
I am an intense person. Thank you very much. I don't know. Okay, so this is another game that Katie thinks I need to work up to. So, Brian, what I really wanted to do, the reason this came up is because we had Chad Michael Collins on from Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Yeah.
He is Alex. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was super cool. And so that's about four or five episodes back. And actually, it's one of our episodes you can watch on YouTube. And then, but he was talking about how he's not really good at Modern Warfare either, but he gets on his Twitch channel and he invites people to play with him, and he made it sound so fun. And I was like, I want to be an army of Alexes playing with the actual Alex.
Yeah.
It's great. So I decided I was going to get a gaming system and start playing Modern Warfare.
No, correction. She wants to start on Modern Warfare.
Right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. You want to start on Modern Warfare? Okay. I mean, so, Katie, what you need to do for KJ is you need to set up a Twitch channel so we can all watch her attempt to play Modern Warfare live.
That's the first thing I did, Brian. I set up a Twitch channel.
Oh, okay, yes.
I have
yes.
The only gaming systems I have in this house are the original Atari, the original Nintendo, and a PS2.
Hey,
but
that's okay. I kick it old school. I'm a big Atari guy too.
Okay.
So yeah,
right.
yeah. So you can absolutely stream off of an Xbox One or a PlayStation 4. You know, if you want to play with Chad, I'd probably figure out which one he's on. But I do believe the latest Modern Warfare has cross-play, so you can play with Chad no matter what, if he's on a PC or if he's on a Xbox, PlayStation 4, etc. It also kind of depends on, you know, what you're into. Like, you know, I know you're a nerd. You're kind of nerdy, right? So you like Marvel.
Yeah.
So what would be probably a great entry-level game for you on the PS4 and the Xbox One would be the Lego Marvel games. Those are great because you can co-op those with people. You can play them with people.
Yeah.
And they're really cute and fun. They're really fun games.
I think I still have my nephew's Lego Marvel game for that. He has a 360.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's still here. So you if I started it on the 360, would that be a good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
The Lego games are like historically fantastic. They're so good. There's so many of them. You can play Lego Harry Potter. You can play Lego Lord of the Rings. You can play Lego Batman. You can play
Lego Batman's my favorite Batman.
That's a good one. Lego Star Wars is a good one. There's all kinds of them. And they're good in the sense that, like, you don't have 8,000 hours to donate to Skyrim like I did. So you can pick it up and put it down and play it when you want. Okay. And you're not really going to like lose your understanding of the game.
Yeah, and you don't need a lot of hand-eye coordination. Like
you guys, I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Katie, what have you seen me do that you think I'm a klutz?
Okay.
Yeah, Katie, tell us about her. How is she as a gamer?
I tried to get her and her husband to play one of the Hitman Absolution games.
Oh man!
Her over a year ago, and she still has not played it.
Oh, come on!
I don't know. Patches played it. He said it was okay.
One time.
He said it was okay. Okay.
Now, KJ, is your husband a gamer?
No, not really. He has played, so in the past, I mean, same thing. Like, he grew up, the Atari and the Nintendo that we have are his originals. And what he really liked when he was gaming the PS2, he really liked the James Bond games. So, 007 games. So that is kind of what he's into. And he's interested as well. And, you know, he's not as big on getting into this gaming thing with me. I think he just thinks I'm not taking it seriously, and I'm gonna try once and
I agree.
And then be like, gaming's not for me. Listen, I committed to a Twitch
I also
channel.
think that's gonna happen.
It's a lifestyle.
It's
a lifestyle.
I mean, it's a lifestyle.
Too many things to do.
What's that, John?
I think that you have too many things to do to dedicate yourself to gaming.
Okay, well, I've already committed, so something's happening.
You don't have to dedicate. You can just lightly put your foot in the pool.
Okay. So if I were to lightly put my foot in the pool, here's a thing, Brian, that I was thinking with and I want to know if you think this matters that much. I have super tiny hands. Look at these little things. Like they're so little, right? So they're so little. Is there, for the hand-eye coordination, would it be better for me to have the PlayStation because the controller is a little bit smaller, or does it really matter?
You know, that I've never really encountered a gamer or a fellow, you know, someone that has ever had that as a problem with their hands being too small. It's usually the other way around, having too big of hands to grab. But no, really, I mean, what's great about the way that Sony and Microsoft have designed both their controllers, they have that intention and purpose of, making sure that it's pretty much like a one-size-fits-all controller for both. So I don't think you're going to have an issue no matter what. I will say that me personally, my personal preference of controller has always been the Xbox controller, because for me it just feels better to me, and I felt that when I'm playing like first-person shooters like Call of Duty, it responds better to me. That's just my personal preference. But you can always go. There's several game stores, I'm sure, in Indy alone that will let you like kind of get a feel for them and things like that. Definitely want to try the triggers out, see how they feel in your hand. And the best part is, you don't have to just get the licensed controllers that Sony and Microsoft have. There's several different companies out there that make controllers, and some of them come in different, some are bigger, some are smaller. Okay. And, so you definitely want to make sure that you're playing with something comfortable when it comes to that. But what's great about what Xbox and Sony have done with their controllers more recently, Microsoft has done this recently. Sony kind of did it. Sony did it first with their recent console, but it has a little bit better grips on the back. So when your palms get sweaty and stuff like that, you don't have to worry about it sliding around all over the place. So you don't have to worry about that so much.
Katie, does that happen to you?
Every day.
Yeah, it happens. Yeah.
Your little baby hands will definitely fit the controller. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
These are things I think about. Okay. Now, so if you had to say for the rest of your life, it's one gaming system, it's Xbox or PlayStation, which one would it be?
Oh,
Brian.
Oh, that's such unfair.
Can I go first?
Yep.
Go for it.
Don't call on me.
PlayStation, Katie?
Yep. And here's why.
Okay.
Literally because of the exclusive games.
Okay.
They have so many titles that are only on Sony platforms that are so good, like The Last of Us. I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Katie. Brian.
That's a really tough question because I like both for various reasons. I would probably have to say Microsoft. I would have to probably say the Xbox, just for the simple fact that as much as I love, don't get me wrong, I have all the consoles. I'm like that guy who, I'm not a fanboy of one. I like them all. I'm a gamer. I just love all gaming. But really, I would say the Xbox because I like the UI better, the user interface better on the console. I think it's a lot more integrated with the console. I've always preferred the community of the Xbox versus the Sony community. Not that the Sony community is bad or they're terrible people. Because they're not terrible people. But, and not only that, but I've always felt that Microsoft has always been a thinking forward company more so than Sony. And, like Microsoft was leading the charge with crossplay. Sony kind of didn't want to do crossplay for a long, long time. They're like, no, we don't want to play, So that's kind of my reason why. But honestly, I love them both.
All right.
I would, for various reasons.
Well, at this point, neither one of you have helped me narrow it down, but I appreciate it.
Why don't you come over to my house and try it?
I appreciate your efforts. So you have a PlayStation at your house, Katie?
Correct.
Do you have an Xbox at your house?
No.
Okay, just PlayStation. Okay. So I'll come over and try your PlayStation. And I'll try your Switch. One more dumb question, and then we'll wrap this up.
They're not dumb questions. These are great questions. I've never had to answer these kind of questions before. This is great.
Katie, you're so rude. So with the Switch can the reason it's a Switch is because it can plug in.
Switch to the TV. Yeah.
When it switches to the TV, can you have more than one player?
You can have more than one player, yes.
So if we got a Switch,
ways to do it.
If we got a Switch and we hooked it up to the TV, Patches and I could both play.
Yes, there's different ways to do it. So when you get your Switch, you have these two built-in controllers to act as their own independent controllers.
Oh, that's nice and tiny for my little hands.
Yep, for your little baby hands. Okay. Then you can also buy pro controllers, other controllers, miscellaneous controllers, whatever. You can have up to 4 people play at once.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna take this all in and figure out what to do. I need to give myself a deadline to settle on a gaming system.
I'm actually
just try it.
You got to try them. Yeah.
All right. Well, I can try the Switch and the PlayStation at your house, Katie. And I could try the Xbox 360 is still here, my nephew's.
There you go.
Yeah. So I could try that. And
that's only one step behind.
Okay. All right.
What's great about what I'm loving about the Switch right now is I'm actually using there's a thing called the Ring Fit Adventure, and it's actually an exercise program you can do with the Switch too.
Oh.
So I'm actually exercising every day with my Switch. I can't do that on the other two.
All right.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yep.
All right, Brian, one more time, where can everybody find you if they want to keep up with gaming stuff?
Yeah, so you can go over to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/dragonblogger. That's where you'll also find our amazing podcast called The Dragon Cast. It's every Monday on YouTube. We're also on Spotify. You can search us for The Dragon Cast on there as well. And then I also have my own YouTube channel. You can go to tinyurl.com/Daniel's Domain. That's my personal gaming channel. I talk about all kinds, everything to do with the world of video games. So yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. All right. Anything else, Katie, before we wrap up the gaming talk?
Nope. I've insulted your baby hands enough.
All right. Thank you very much, Brian. It was a pleasure having you on here.
Anytime.
The Kinda Nerdy Girls, you can find us on Facebook. Look for the Kinda Nerdy Network and join our private group. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Kinda Nerdy Girls. And we are also on YouTube if you search for the Kinda Nerdy Girls. So thank you guys very much. Keep staying safe and healthy and happy and kind of nerdy and all that good stuff.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's a lot to do.
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
See you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.